This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The comments in this video are just my opinion and are alleged. It's true that before Meghan came along, Prince Harry had a very close relationship with his grandmother, the Queen, brother Prince William, his wife Kate, and father Prince Charles. Every time you saw him, he had a contagious smile and laughter. The people of the UK adored their prince. Prince Harry met Meghan on a blind date in 2016 by a mutual friend. Despite the fact that Harry is a very well-known prince, she said she had never looked at the family before meeting him, which is very hard to believe since there was a photo of a young Meghan outside the palace, as you see here. When Harry confirmed his relationship with Meghan in November 2016, the people of UK and even the press seemed to be very much in support of the relationship. The press were absolutely behind this couple, and all seems to be going perfect until the people and press began to see Harry go from this fun-loving person to someone that people didn't recognize, and the people and the press were able to pick up on these changes in Harry pretty easily. I mean, they watched him grow since birth, after all. Now, there was about a 4-month period where the couple were able to date privately. She made several trips to London where she was able to have discreet dinners with Harry and meet with his friends. She had stayed with him at Kensington Palace, and this is where she met the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Both William and Kate really liked her, and she fit in just fine. November 2017, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced their engagement. Kensington Palace asked the media to give Meghan some privacy, and news coverage during this time was extremely positive. Things started to take a different turn when the people and the press started to see changes in Harry's behavior. He started looking more down, more angry, and then reports of Meghan demanding to wear a certain tiara for her wedding, despite the Queen's refusal. And a lot of that was due to the fact that that particular tiara that Meghan requested to wear was actually in discussion. People believe that it belonged to the Russian, monarchy from a time back. So the Queen, rightfully so, she did not want to put that particular tiara out there. And that's why she refused to let her wear that particular tiara. There were other reports of Meghan making Kate cry over dresses. Many people couldn't understand Meghan's treatment towards her father and family. She was treating them and avoiding them as if they were an embarrassment to her. As people in the press were getting to know Meghan better, they questioned how she could so easily toss anyone aside after she was finished with them. And they were genuinely concerned with Harry's behavior. Prince William, being like any other brother, told Harry that it was okay to take things slow and get to know Meghan, but that upset Harry. Prince Harry and Meghan married on May 19th, 2018. After the wedding, we see public displays of Harry drifting further from his brother and other family. It was sad to watch as William and Harry wouldn't even look at each other. Was Meghan putting ideas in Harry's head in private that was turning Harry against his family. That is one of the first things a narcissistic person does, is to turn you against your family and friends to keep you under control and keep you in a bubble, so that those same family and friends won't tell you what they are doing to you. That person will lie and make up things and do whatever they have to do to keep control. It is easier for them to gaslight you and abuse you mentally or physically if you don't have that support system. There were rumors of staff quitting due to Meghan's alleged bullying. The rumor is that 2 personal assistants left the palace due to Meghan's behavior, and others have filed formal complaints with the palace HR department. Harry and Meghan stepped down from royal duties on March 31st, 2020, and we see how easy it was for Meghan to completely remove a whole prince from his family, palace, and royal duties. This man was born into royalty, and she was totally able to turn the royal family upside down. The couple agreed to and wanted to give up public funding and become financially independent, and are to give up most royal duties. Prince Charles, Harry's father, stopped taking Harry's calls after his announcement to step down. I understand why he would be upset. He doesn't just get to quit, so why does Harry? Also, he feels everyone was supportive of their relationship and that in no way was Meghan's life put in danger as Princess Diana's. But at the same time, that is his father. He needs to be there for his son. Harry and Meghan did a sit-down interview with Oprah Winfrey in March of 2021. The first thing we need to keep in mind is Harry and Meghan both knew that they could just say anything they wanted to say, and that the royals would not come out to defend themselves. They never respond to anything, and they knew that. If you're someone who doesn't believe Meghan to be a narcissist person, then you will believe everything she said and will sympathize with her. And if you're someone who believes she is a narcissist, then it's important to try and find in this interview where she may not be so truthful. In my opinion, she played on Harry's weak spot. She played on his fears of his mother. You see how she tries to emulate the late Princess Diana, and I believe she has put it in his head over and over again that she doesn't feel safe and he needs to protect her, that his family is out to get her, the press hates her and are coming after her, and just, poor little me. And by the way, Harry, I think your brother hates me. Did you see the look he gave me over dinner? This is how narcs twist your brain. The first lie in this interview, I believe, is when she said she never even Googled the royal family or knew much about them. That's a lie, lie, lie. She stated that she had suffered depression and thoughts of suicide, and she reached out to the family for help. But what I don't understand, Meghan would not accept the royal hospital doctors to deliver her child, and instead chose her own set of healthcare workers. So why does she not reach out to them? Why did she not confide in her mother, who visited her often? I mean, her mother would come and stay for a few days at a time and visit with her during this time. I believe her when she said that she experienced these feelings. But so many of us normal people go through or have gone through similar situations of days where we feel sad or down. But she herself is involved in mental health issues. And for her to say no one would help, I find that hard to believe. She had a team of doctors throughout her pregnancy and most certainly would have taken her mental health seriously had she reached out to them, as they were her own personal doctors. Now, when asked about her wedding day, Meghan's body language was it looked like she was very uncomfortable discussing this. Instead of looking happy and just, most people, when you're discussing your wedding day, that's like one of the most happiest days of your life. And when you're talking about that, you're very confident, you're remembering happy thoughts, and you're just excited, But instead of looking happy and just, reliving that moment, she turns away and she touches her face. She always, does this. It seems like she publicly says things like, "Oh, I never knew what I was getting into. Marrying him, my friends tried to warn me." In the public eye, she tries to play a victim while low-key humiliating him. And I don't even think she realizes, or I don't think he realizes what she's doing to him. This is why I don't think it will last. She's planting seeds in our mind to make it look like she's a victim. And I absolutely could see her leaving him and then coming out later and saying that he was mentally or physically abusing her. And the way she is so sly about things she says about him leads me to believe something will happen. And she's planning it because she thinks she's too good for him, for one thing. Meghan, to me, does not seem genuine or very stable. With, by stable, I mean in things, life choices. It seems like she gets herself into things and she doesn't think it out before she does it. And as a result, it's easy for her to just toss people away. Just like with her first husband, she couldn't even tell him face to face that she was divorcing him. So it's she very easily can discard of anyone once she's finished with you. And it's just, and some security, but if they were concerned, let's see. I think, well, let's go back and talk about the interview, because I was going to try to get off somewhere else. But all right, it was also stated in the interview that Harry and Meghan were cut off. Well, isn't that what they wanted, to be financially independent? And now it seems like Harry is upset that his father cut him off. Boo-hoo, your mom left you over $15 million in inheritance. I think they are both spoiled little brats, and poor Meghan was so depressed living in that great big palace while having her every being looked after, while she bullied those who were looking after her, allegedly. Harry and Meghan also stated that Archie would not be given a title or security. I'm not at all familiar with how the Queen decides these matters and makes the rules, but that's something that should be looked into. Does Prince Andrew or Prince Edward's children have titles and security? If so, it's because, maybe those are her children, but I don't believe when the grandchildren have children, they are entitled. Her grandchildren are given titles, though, but it doesn't seem like the great-grandchildren do, with the exception of probably the Prince William's children because they are in line for the crown. But you would think that baby Archie would have, received a title and some security. But, if they were concerned for his security, they should have paid that out of the inheritance that his mom left him. I mean, these people are rich. They live in one of the most nicest homes, and all they do is complain. It's like, we're everyday working people, and they had the nerve to really just get on live TV and just complain about their lives, like we're supposed to feel bad. I'm not so sure that I do feel bad for either one of them. I don't. Now, another concern the couple raised was that someone in the family was, allegedly was concerned about how dark Archie's skin would be. They wouldn't say who made the comment, but if someone said something that horrific, it needs to be investigated. Most men would definitely not allow anybody to ever come at their child like that. So I don't understand why Prince Harry did not take care of that issue when that happened. I mean, if it were me, I don't care who you are. We're gonna step outside if you speak about my child like that. So I don't even know what to say about that, because Harry, to me, I used to like Prince Harry, but if you're a man, you protect your family. And it seems like he didn't say really much to that person about so no, he can't even come on live TV and say something like that or make allegations like that if you wasn't man enough to take care of it when it happened. So that's my opinion. Also, the Queen did make a statement that read, "The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollection may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. Harry, Meghan, and Archie will always be much loved members of the family." So basically what she's saying here is that how she feels things happen is different than how they might feel things that had happened. So there might not be much agreeing on, in so many words, she's saying that, hey, you might feel that way, but that's not how it happened on, my recollection. Okay, but either way, no matter who's right and who's wrong in this whole mess, I do think this whole interview was a slap in the face to the royals. I think Meghan sent a message loud and clear that not only did I take your beloved prince, but I also had him do what no other royal does. I had him on national TV and talk. I don't think this couple will be seeing a happily ever after. Thank you for watching.